Live?
I don't know.
I think we are. I think we're live. And there's Chad in the background.
You are alive.
We're alive?
Yeah. I think. All right. Thank you guys for being here. We just started a couple minutes early. If you guys want to, it might help us out if you want to go ahead and hit that thumbs up for us. If you haven't done that already. Hello, Deb. Nice to see you here. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Glad y'all are here. We'll wait a couple more minutes before we actually start going over the 10 things. But one of the reasons I did it this way, I'll say this again in a minute, is because I try to keep my videos really tight. Hey, how are you doing, Carl? Glad you're here. Thank you for the collab. We learned a lot from that. The reason that we're doing it is because I want to do more live streams. I want to learn about it some, but also because these 10 questions for homesteaders that I was tagged in, I'll tell you a few minutes who tagged me in it. I almost can do one video per question. So I try to keep them really tight. My videos kind of short for that reason, but getting less people here. There were 3 a minute, or there were 6 or 7 a minute ago, and now there's only 3.
That's okay.
Hey, it's not the quantity, it's the quality.
Quality. Not quantity. Let's just begin.
Well, let's wait till 8 o'clock. I said 8 o'clock, so Rua's got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to work tomorrow. I had to take yesterday off because I pulled something in my hip, which was pretty painful. I don't know what I did, but it was painful. It was pretty painful.
Hey, Pine Haven, glad you're here. Yeah, she woke up yesterday and she was scheduled for work, but she called in.
Yes, it's almost 8 p.m. our time.
What time is it for you, Deb? Hey, Ladybug.
Hello.
All right, 8 o'clock. Well, what do we say when we start our videos?
Welcome to Copperhead Road Homestead.
9 o'clock Deb's time.
Okay.
All right, good. Where's everybody from here? I know Grandpa's from Ohio, but we're in Western Kentucky. I don't know for sure. Almost your bedtime.
I understand.
We like to go to bed pretty early too. The kids are in bed; they're not asleep. South Carolina, Central Florida, Deb's way. Cool, very cool.
So you've been cooking some items, Deb, and so
what was Deb cooking?
I don't know. She's been cooking several things.
Well, Pine and Ladybug's in Florida too. Pine Haven, they've been messing with their bees. I watched one of their videos recently, and Grandpa was cooking too. We started watching that. We hadn't finished yet, but anyway. All right. So I was tagged by. You've been watching my channel? Awesome.
I've been watching a couple things.
Yeah. We try to watch. We can't watch everyone. I know you all know that, but we try to watch as much as we can. But my friend from over at Wonder Why Farm and Homestead, he's in Pennsylvania. That's Coop. I use a lot of butter. Yeah, that's a good way to cook. That's the best way to cook. Coop over at Wonder Why Farm and Homestead. If you haven't checked him out, you can. He's a nice guy. He tagged me, but actually Our Cabin in the Woods tagged me as well about a month ago for these same questions, and we didn't do it at that time. So I'm going to do these. First, hold on a second. Talk to him for a minute.
Our kids are being loud.
Now, I told you all.
And so he's having to chastise them. Anyway. A lot of butter. Yeah, I don't know. We like butter too. I feel pretty awkward on this thing without me. Oh. Yeah, our kids are pretty normal kids. They like to not listen to us when we tell them to do something. Oh. Hey, from
New Zealand. Hello,
That's cool.
Sandra.
Monday. Oh, Monday afternoon here. Whoa,
That's really cool.
that is really cool. It's weird.
You see how Grandpa is. Well, no, we need to. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, brother.
Let's see. Hide user. You don't do that. This is a nice, nice
Don't
place.
do that again.
Yeah, we don't. Even if you do, you don't like somebody, you don't do that.
No, that's
All right.
rude. Good day.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that.
That's pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't accept that stuff. This is a family friendly place,
is.
and we're gonna be nice to people.
Or you can hit the road.
All right. All right. 10 homesteading questions. Do you homestead full time or do you have a day job? If you've been watching our channel for a while, then you know that Rua is an RN.
Yes. I'm a nurse.
She's an RN, and I actually am a preacher. I part-time preach. I only preach every other Sunday, but y'all, I have not, told you a whole lot about that. But we try to make it a commitment whenever we had our kids that one of us was going to try to stay at home with the kids. So one of us does, and one of us is here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You never heard that before. So you learn something new. Those people who are here, I preach every other Sunday. So we alternate, me and another guy. I used to preach full time. When we lived in California, I was a preacher full time, and Rua was a stay-at-home mom. We moved back here, and we said whoever got a job first was gonna work.
I should have drugged my feet a little longer. Just kidding.
Yeah, but we're looking for ways to build up our farm and try to make more money off the the farm, and that way we don't have to do that and cut our expenses and stuff like that. But we, like a lot of people, do enjoy spending money and having money to spend. So, but we could cut back our expenses a lot if we needed to. We feel like we live pretty luxurious, even though we live in a trailer, a rundown trailer that we're building up. If you haven't watched that video, then you can. But we don't live extravagant by some means, but we feel like we do. Let's see what was gone prepping. Hi, Dad. Who's gone prepping's dad? Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't hit that thumbs up, if you do that for me, that would be helpful. What was the first livestock animal that you added to your homestead?
Chickens.
They say that's the gateway drug. I wanted to answer what you talked about beforehand. I wanted to say, hey, that's my son prepping. Okay, cool. I wanted to say that children was the first livestock animal that we had. But we got chickens. We actually were at Rural King. We're actually at Rural King, and we bought some chickens, and I think we still have some of them. I don't know. They're actually up at the pond, though.
Yeah, they kind of had a thing with the neighbors, and they were getting over in their yards.
They're not livestock. Children are not livestock. I guess
know.
Not.
We're just kidding.
Yeah. What is your favorite way to eat eggs for breakfast?
I like fried eggs.
I like a breakfast burrito. I actually did a video about that as well.
Are those scrambled?
But yeah, they're scrambled. You had a tragic accident with chickens when I was a homesteader up in Alaska. It still haunts me this day. Minion. 4 kids in a farm, and minion number 1563.2. I preach for, it's non-denominational, but
it's non-denominational.
Yeah. It's just non-denominational church. Yeah. But yeah, chickens. We started with chickens.
We did.
All right. We're just moving right on through these. I thought you guys might have some more questions. Do you homestead full time or do you have a day job? We have a day job. What was your first livestock animal? Chickens. What is your favorite way to eat eggs for breakfast? I like breakfast burrito, and Rua likes fried eggs.
Over easy.
Yeah. By the way, if you have any questions, I said over easy. That's how she likes it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. How big is your current homestead, and how big would you like it to be? We have about 150 acres right now. We had 73 acres back here We had it surveyed. It was 72.9. And then we bought the 80-acre farm next to us. Though we're going to sell about 20 acres of that in order to pay for the 80 acres that we bought. So that's going to help pay for it. And you got the whole countryside of your town. No, there's actually 2 or 3 people around that have 100+ acres. The people that we bought the 80 acres from, they bought the farm next to them because they sold that one. So they've got like what 150, 180 acres.
If it
now.
wasn't right next to us, we wouldn't want to get it.
Yeah. But I'm glad we got it. But again, we're going to sell about 20 acres of that in order to pay for it. And we also only use probably about 30 acres back here of what we have. So we rent out the other 100 acres. Oh, no, not 100 acres, maybe about 80 acres of it or so we rent out. And then we've got some in the woods as well that we'll probably timber some eventually. But how big would you like it to be? Who does the editing? What software do you use? Any tips for a true beginner? Oh, that's good. Let me finish this question and I'll answer that, Pine Haven. That's a good question. We only use about 30 acres of it. How big do we want it to be? It's big enough.
It is. We don't want it bigger.
If our neighbors sold wanted to sell their property, go to bed. Go to bed. No.
Hey, you got to.
You can say hi real quick to him.
Baby.
This is Abraham. He's supposed to be in bed. You say hi, Abraham. Come right here and say hi. But how big do you want it to be? It's fine. If the neighboring property came up for sale, I'd try to buy it if we could, especially if it was after we had this other finish paying off with selling the 20 acres. But that's just because, we want even more elbow room if we can have it. But it's plenty big. It's big enough to do anything that we want to with and give to the kids. Let's take a break from this to answer Pine Haven's question. Whenever I first started, I only edited on my phone with what was the name of it? Kimora, or it started with a K. Kinetic. Oh man, what is it? Is it still on my phone? KineMaster. I started using KineMaster, and I liked KineMaster a lot. But then I tried a few others, but I'm using DaVinci Resolve 16. It's actually free as well, and there's a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of tutorials online in order to use that and use it well. But I do the editing, and
I do not do any editing.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about editing, and at this current time, I don't have time.
But the thing is, you're going to stink at it. Whenever you first do it. I tried Adobe Premiere, Grandpa. Carl, I didn't like it that much. It was, I don't know. I didn't really like it that much. But some people don't like a DaVinci Resolve 16 either. One thing I like about DaVinci Resolve is it's free, unless you want to shoot 8K or something like that. But the background music, all that now comes from a YouTube audio library. So, but some people like Adobe Premiere. Grandpa does, and I think that's great. You got to do what's best for you, So, all right, back to the 10 questions. We're on number 5. Thank you guys again for being here. What are some homesteading skills you want to learn in the next few years? That's a difficult question in some ways because, the skill I want to learn is just, trying things. I don't necessarily want to, have it down pat. I don't want to necessarily just have it down pat. But I enjoy the journey. There's a couple of things I want to do. I want to build a rocket mass heater. I want to build a root cellar, earth bag or out of cob. I'd like to learn to work with cob a bit. I kind of like to cob the outside of our house, but the DaVinci Resolve is made by Filmora actually, but I use it and it's free. Okay, what about you? What's some homesteading skills you want, Mama?
Is cooking a homesteading, like cooking from scratch? I need to learn to be a better cook, like with the herbs in the garden. I don't know. Yeah. Just learning to garden better.
So Rue wasn't taught to cook growing up. I was a Boy Scout and an Eagle Scout, and I learned cooking there and at home, but she wasn't, the first meal that she cooked for me, I think she opened a can of green beans, put them in the microwave and heat them for 30 seconds, said, here you go. And
there you go.
They weren't very good. But anyway, she wants to learn cooking. You said you wanted to be more, can more.
Your mother never let you cook anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just didn't. My mom just didn't cook, and so my mom, she had some issues.
I don't know if I cooked much in the house, actually, but we did cook with Boy Scouts.
Do that.
I need to get me a moderator soon. Hate speech.
Yeah.
Report. Okay. It's not okay, we need to be kind here. Okay. We learned what we cooked a lot in Boy Scouts were foil packs. We take, foil and, put hamburger meat and vegetables and stuff and seasoning, and we would cook that way. So cook one dinner a week when I was a teen. It's a good idea. Whenever I'm cooking eggs, I cook a lot of eggs. The boys, want to, especially Solomon, he wants to get over there and help stir them up and stuff like that. So they're learning by watching a bit right now.
Your mom would be surprised by all the cooking you've done recently.
Yeah, hamburger dinner. Yes, that's really
great. But I have
to
go back and look at them. I looked at several of them, and so I have to go back and look.
Yeah, I'll next time we do this, I'm going to ask one of you people, to help me mod. All right, I'll do that from the very beginning, unless it keeps happening this time, and then I'll click on somebody. Hey, Homestead Aquarius, I'm glad you're here too. What are your thoughts on fake meat?
I really have no thoughts on fake meat.
Really used to like the veggie burgers.
I did. Actually. My friend Erin had veggie burgers, and she got me eating them.
Like, why do you want veggie burger? I didn't understand it.
Though.
But
to each his own.
She used to eat veggie burgers. We think to each his own. I do think it's weird in some ways. Jim Gaffigan. He does a bit about. I think it's Jim Gaffigan about how meat eaters don't ask to have their bacon taste like tofu. He's a pretty funny guy, but yeah, they were okay.
Really. I haven't had them in a long time. I'd probably still like them. I remember them being good.
Yeah.
Like it just, I don't know.
I like green smoothies. I need to do that sometime to show you guys what I put in my green smoothie. I usually, put spinach and kale in it that I get from the store. I put in the freezer, but I have put comfrey in it, and I've not grown my own spinach and kale that way. But I'll do that sometime as well. So about fake meat, if that's what you want to do, that's great. It's not our thing. We like meat, real meat.
Bacon.
Okay, let's see. What does your dream homestead look like? Kale, yuck. Hey, actually, if you don't put too much kale in it, spinach is supposed to be pretty tasteless. If you don't put too much kale in it, then I can't even taste it. So. Yeah,
I agree that they do have several
chemicals and stuff. Yeah, most of the processed things you get, are. But oh yes, I would love to have my own smokehouse.
That would be really neat. Maybe one day.
We're planning on doing a lot of building. Building some things and stuff like that. The backhoe that we have on our Kubota is, kind of rinky-dink. It's not really very large. Hey, I noticed there's 17 people here now. Thank you for coming. If you would hit the thumbs up if you haven't done that already, that would be helpful. I would appreciate that very much. I tried once and spit it out and was like, what the heck was that? They said veggie burger. I was like, it's called lettuce, tomato, onion on bread. That's a veggie burger. Hey, Frank, I'm glad you're here. I was tricked into eating frog legs once. They told me they were chicken. I probably wouldn't have ate them if they hadn't have been. At that time, I was a kid, but they didn't taste bad. Yeah, hit that thumbs up on the way in the door. What does your dream homestead look like? My dream homestead looks just like the homestead we have here. The only thing that I would maybe do different in some ways is maybe be in a more, tropical zone. We're in zone 7, maybe be in, 8 or 9 or something like that. But then there are some things that don't grow very well in 9 that grow here in 7. So, So I think it's pretty good here. Hon, you should have seen me the first and last time I cooked frog legs. Oh man, that's funny. Aren't you? Yeah, good. So my dream homestead looks just like the homestead we have here. The beautiful thing that I like about it is that it's a work in progress, and that we get to be in the journey and we get to do a little bit at a time. So, I really like that a lot. I think Rua's dream homestead is just a little bit, let me do something real quick. I'm sorry.
What happened?
Somebody else, said something. I think Rua's dream homestead looks a little closer to, okay. Deb, do you mind moderating this? I made you a moderator there. If I need more help after that, then you were the first one here, Deb. I think I'll let you do it first, if you don't mind. And those, I think that Frank Daniels is not being very, just report it, and then hate speech is what, or harassment or bullying. I got to look around the thing. Okay. Thank you, Deb. I think Rua's homestead looks like it should be a little closer.
That's pretty distracting to have people be so rude.
Yeah, we want this to be family friendly. Yeah. Please, if you can't do that, then don't be here.
If you can't do that, then leave. Do you hear me?
Yeah. She put her nurse and mother voice on.
Yes, I did. Good day.
What is your least favorite thing to do on the homestead?
I don't really have. I feel like just anything to do with poop. I don't like poop. I don't like walking in poop. I don't like cleaning up poop. Yeah. I don't really like poop stuff.
Our poop is spread around because we pasture most everything except for our rabbits. We just got rabbits recently. It's kind of piled up underneath, but we're going to use that eventually. But I've not done anything with it yet.
Does anybody use the rabbit like the compost poop for rabbit?
Yeah, I know Chi-Town does.
You do?
Yeah, I talked to her for a while one day about that.
That's cool.
So that's really cool. But hopefully we'll be getting our first kits at the end of April. So
compost or fertilizer.
Yeah. So least favorite thing to do, I don't know.
I feel like you really like it all. Do you not?
I really enjoy it.
Do it. Burning trash. I don't know if that's homesteading stuff though. Like some chores I don't like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're all chores, from time to time.
Gardening.
My son is a homesteader.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I need to read more about rabbit poop.
Yeah. Waukesha Pilot, is that right? So.
No, baby, go to sleep.
What's one piece of advice you would give your past self? I think my only advice would be, just have more confidence and go for it and do it. Hold on, let you tell your bit of advice.
He's going to cover him up. One piece of advice I'd give myself is be a little bit more confident and don't care about what anybody else thinks. And so I'm pretty guilty of that. Letting people bother me or get under my skin is kind of dumb. That is what I would do. What does he? Less talk of poop. Okay, deal. What is one piece? And so I said that.
I think snarly is.
Well, we were talking about garden compost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's got Carl's that same picture there.
Go away. This is like unpleasant.
Okay. So yeah, the one piece of advice is that I would just go for it, just go for it, because I thought about starting a YouTube channel when we first got here 3 years ago. We've only been doing this 2.5 months, and May 7th Yeah, May 7th will be 3 months that we've been on YouTube. February 8th was my first video. And since then I've done, I've only missed 3 days. I missed 3 days in February. I've been trying to do it every single day since then, but
it's been working really hard at it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, you other YouTubers out there.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh yeah. It's hard work. Those of you who, do it. Anyway, Biddy is okay. We know Biddy. She's a great lady. Got a great channel herself. One piece of advice you would give your past self. And then number 10, what's one animal you will never raise on the homestead and why?
We said horses at first, but I've always wanted a horse.
Well, I've heard horses are picky eaters. I don't
know. I don't know.
I've thought about, I thought about no on horses, and then we thought about camels. There's
that's pretty cool for them. I think they do that for special reasons, and because something about their kid that drinks the milk and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I don't think we could ever do a camel.
There was a really funny comment on Homesteadies about.
I agree. That's what horses are expensive, and so that's why.
There was a really funny comment about the camels about after post-apocalyptic world, they traced this roving herd of camels to Pennsylvania for homesteading. It was pretty funny, but I can't think of an animal that we wouldn't have. Somebody had emus or something.
We do have cows.
Yeah. We're
trying to actually sell them though, because
we've got 6 head of Irish Dexter cattle, and I think one of them is bred. Our black cookies is bred. I think she's going to calve any time now, but you don't want to milk anything that'll spit on me. So camels are out, huh? Well, the Irish Dexter is supposed to be dual purpose, where you can milk them, and they're got a good amount of meat as well. But I've never milked ours before.
Yeah, if we didn't have my mother and father-in-law, I don't think we could handle
llamas. Hey, Walker Farm fam. Glad y'all are here. So I can't think of another one that we wouldn't do, another animal. Do y'all have any questions for us? This is the 10 questions. I printed them off. The 10 questions.
Is it backwards?
It looks backwards for me. It might be right. It look right for you all. And again, wonder why Farm and Homestead, they did one. He did one. Coop, they did that Sunday, I think. And he asked me to do it. But also our cabin in the woods, he tagged me in it about a month ago, and I've not had a chance to do it yet. Get alpacas so I can live back here.
I know there's a lady that's a nurse at the hospital I work with, and she has alpacas, and so we need to go over there sometime.
You mean live vicariously? Yeah. Live vicariously. Yeah. I think there's some animals. Is it alpacas that they, I
don't know much about
they've
them.
got a lot of, the hair you can do a lot with there. They're kind of expensive animals too, but I can't think of what we, what we wouldn't raise. LOL autocorrect. Yes.
We need to find more.
Yeah. You could sell them. So I'm a whole lot more into, I love my pigs. I did a video on that here recently. And, I love the other animals as well, but I'm a whole lot more into, the plants and the food forest and all that stuff that I'm trying to, to build up there. So I kind of like to do a, nursery in some ways. Like if I can get all these plants here and, build up the mother plants, then I can, propagate from those and then sell locally and, sell online or whatever else, but I really enjoy my plants. I'm not always great at it. I'm learning a lot as we go, but I really enjoy the plants a lot. But I do enjoy my pigs a lot. All right. Weather bad here. All right, Lee, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
So, if y'all want to, do these as well, I might afterward put these questions down in the comments below. Got any plans for those crop fields? Oh, you asked that a little while ago. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Yes. Right now, we're leasing them out to pay for, the whatever. So we got a loan for the property, that 80 acres that we bought next to us, which expanded our property from 70 3 to 150 something. We expanded that, but when we sell those lots, that will pay for about 90% of it, just selling the lots. Because you get a discount buying in bulk, and then when you do it that way, and then after that, we're going to pay the rest of it off by renting it out until we can use it. So right now we can't manage it anyway. So I'd like to, I don't know, do a U-pick on part of it. You can only see the chat, but not the live stream. Oh, McGee. Anyway, we can only, what was I saying?
Oh, about just the rent.
We can't manage it all. I'd like to do a U-pick eventually, or run the cattle, Greg Judy style through there. Move it around. I just went to college. Since we're non-denominational, you don't have to go to a seminary or anything. But anyway, that's our 10 questions, and I know y'all. It's close to your bedtime. Deb, it was close to your bedtime already. We appreciate you all so much. You made our channel, you've helped us out a great deal. I do read every comment. I really appreciate you. I've learned a lot from you all. There's a few things that's really helped me, that I've really thought about a lot as I plant my seeds. Somebody said that they plant 3 seeds in every hole, one for God, one for them, and one for the birds.
That's pretty cool.
And sometimes I teach the kids whenever I'm planting that in there, one for God, when they put it in there, I'm like, okay, I put 3 in there, who's it for? One for God, one for us, and one for the birds. So little things like that I'm picking up, and I really appreciate you all sharing those things. We're not by any means experts, and we're learning. So, all right, we'll end this. Thank you guys.
Have a good night.
Yeah.